I ended up going viral on Twitter. And so like 250 shirts in a day off of that. And that's from that point I was like, okay, this is something I'm gonna do for real. And I vowed to focus on the brand every single day. Do at least one thing that's gonna make the brand grow every single day. And I've been doing that since then. But I'm Jimmy and I'm on Hot Talk with JayP, the hottest camera girl. If I can say what I do, I just do shit. You feel me? Like I'm an action taker. I make clothes. I'm the owner of SLEPTON. I put on the SLEPTON Fest every year in Thibodaux, Louisiana. My main goal is to increase the amount of entrepreneurs in Thibodaux. That's my goal with the festival. And my other goal with the brand is just to see the world fly. I wanna install confidence in everybody.
What's good, y'all? It's your girl JayPFilms. I told y'all once, I told y'all twice, and I'm gonna tell y'all 3 times. I'm the hottest camera girl, stop playing. And I only keep the hottest people with me. So today, I got one of the hottest people out of Thibodaux, Louisiana. What's good?
What's good with it?
Bet. So for the people who don't know you, who are you?
So I go by Jimmy. Some people know me as Big SLEPTON. I'm the owner of SLEPTON, the clothing brand, SLEPTON Festival. And I've been doing this for about 6 years now.
Come on.
Yeah, 6 years in the clothing brand.
So in between these 6 years, what exactly do you do in the fashion industry? Because you know how they got different levels to it. You feel me?
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. So I started off basically just doing what some people will call merch, right? Which is basically just t-shirts. I'm just putting my brand, a name on a shirt. That's how I started off. That's how I popped off. But the more and the deeper I got into it, once I moved to Houston, I got deeper into actual fashion, which was I started doing haute couture, which is like basically one-of-one pieces. One-of-one pieces like haute couture, so it's really like things that you might see on like a Met Gala runway, where it's like it's meant to be worn once. Also, I started doing more cut and sew designs, which is basically I'm getting manufactured, so it's going into I'm picking the buttons, picking the fabrics, picking the cut, picking the size, and everything, every part of the piece that go into the garment. So that's what I'm more into now, like deep into the fashion game.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's hype. So, what made you get started in fashion?
Okay, so boom. So this is the little story. So, So I'm gonna give you kind of 2 little answers. So what made me start the brand versus what actually got me into clothes. So back in like middle school, I was a sneakerhead, into like shoes and all that. Of course, you gotta have shoes to go with, clothes to go with the shoes. So I started bleaching my clothes and things like that. And the reason why I was doing that was before I was 12, my parents were together and I had everything, so to say. But after they divorced, all that shit was over with. You feel me? So I couldn't get none of that new shit no more. I couldn't get no new clothes, new shoes, all that shit was gone. So I had to remake some of my old clothes. So I started bleaching jeans and drawing on it and designing and doodling on everything. And that's how I started getting into customizing clothes and fashion, right? Once I graduated, me and my homeboys we had kind of like some of the clique shirts that we wore to graduation. And everybody wanted to buy them, but we weren't trying to sell them. So I'm like, well, let me make some for y'all to sell to y'all. And then that's how the brand came about, which I started the merch, you know what I'm saying? But fashion just came naturally, just matching and fit. I always started with making something for myself.
Come on.
Yeah.
So how old are you?
24.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm 24. I'm 24. I just turned 24 in July.
Damn, you young.
Yeah.
So the word authenticity, what does it mean to you?
Authenticity. I think of like authenticity a lot, like especially when designing, you know what I'm saying? So it's like being authentic to yourself. Everything I design, I try to like base it off past experiences. So like recently I just had this jacket that NLE Choppa wore. The whole jacket was centered around my grandfather. So like when I was young, my grandfather used to collect cans, like, and crush them up and like go sell them for like 8 cents a can or whatever. So I took the little can tops and put them all over the jacket. So it's like it can't get more authentic than that, you know what I'm saying? Like genuine experiences. I think when I think of authentic, I think about being genuine, being loyal. Like that's like some of my principles. You feel me?
Hell yeah. So about speaking on that topic, like that was a crazy opportunity. Like how did you get that opportunity?
So that opportunity, so it came from just networking. So I went to New York for the first time in February for New York Fashion Week. So I went out there, and I'm a big advocate towards, like, I'm sure you probably could attest to this, like sometimes people in your hometown might not show as much as support as you might want to, right?
For sure.
And what I realized is they always show it when they see you on that next level. So it's like when I left Thibodaux and I moved to Hammond, people in Thibodeau started showing me more love, you know what I'm saying? Because like they see me doing what I've been doing in another area and they see other people messing with it. When I left Hammond and went to Houston, then it was like Hammond people, like, like check out bro. And then Thibodeau, it stepped up another level because I didn't went to, so when I went to New York, that's basically what happened with Houston. And I had some connections out there and it basically just put me in a good position. So I met a few stylists basically, and actually that piece was supposed to go on, Skilla Baby for XXL freshman cover. That's what it was supposed to be for the placement. So the stylist hit me up, was like, hey, I got this placement for Skilla Baby for XXL freshman. Do you have any pieces? I'm like, I got something ready to go right now. So the same day I shipped it out to New York. But basically like with those stylists, they hold it down until somebody wear it, basically. So either the NLE Choppa shoot came up first before it could get the Skilla Baby, and that's how NLE Choppa ended up with it. But it was one of those situations. So I was expecting Skilla Baby. So when everybody saw NLE, I was surprised too because I wasn't expecting him. I was expecting Skilla Baby. You know what I'm saying? And that's how that whole thing went down.
So how did you feel about that?
It was surreal because I used to think about this and pray about this, and like this was one of the dreams. And like, but when it hit, it was kind of surreal because I was expecting something of that sort to come because I low-key planned it, you know what I'm saying? But it was surreal because it always hit me when I talk to other people and they tell me about it, how they felt. And it was like, okay, well damn. Because like with me, it's always my head down, I'm just working, you know what I'm saying? But when I look back at it, like even right now when I'm thinking about it and just talking about it, I'm like, damn, that really happened. You know what I'm saying? Like it's more surreal now than in that actual moment. In the actual moment, it was more so, how can I take this and go to the next level? Like, how can I take this and how can I sell more of these? It's more that I don't try to let it get to my head in that moment. But now I'm thinking back to it, it's kind of like, damn, that was crazy. Yeah.
That is crazy, and congratulations on that.
I appreciate that.
That's big, like.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Your festival, how did that start?
So the fest, let's just go back to pop-up shops in general because that's where it started off, right? So I had my first one out here in 2019 in front of a Sprint store in Thibodeau. So my first pop-up shop was in front of a Sprint store in Thibodeau, and actually my grandma ended up passing on that same day. It's like, it wasn't like a shocker thing, but it's like we all knew, like the whole family was already at the house. I just stepped away because I had my first pop-up, like, getting planned this day, you know what I'm saying? So I went through that, that ended up happening that evening. I had my first pop-up in Sprint, and then I went back to Southeastern, and I did that first pop-up shop, and then I did another one there. So it started off like that, and I was just doing my own things, and then from that moment, what was next? Oh, I did the SLEPTON Sunday. So I did a thing called SLEPTON Sunday in Thibodeau. So I did my first one, and I only had one vendor technically. It was my homeboy. He popped up with me.
Come on.
And we did that, and that was lit. And then the festival came about. It was just after COVID, so I was about to come back and do another pop-up like I normally do. So, but I'm like, I've been wanting to do the festival thing for a long time, and I got big visions of it, of where I really want to see. You know, I have the Fireman's Fair in Thibodeau every year. Yeah. That's basically the vision of it. You know what I'm saying? But like, the whole goal of the festival is basically increasing the amount of entrepreneurs in my small town. That's my whole goal with this. So now, for example, check it out, son. Now, for example, this year I'm giving out free guides on how to start your LLC for free. Well, not for free, but like a guide on how to start it for free, a guide on how to get your EIN, and I'm giving out free clothing manufacturers. Come on. Yeah, just because like, if my goal is, and I say this is my goal, this is what I'm trying to do, then I gotta put some action towards that. You feel me? For sure. So that's my first initial gesture of trying to, you know, make that change. Right.
You was talking about how you had started doing your pop-up shop. So when you say pop-up shop, like it was just you by yourself?
Yeah, so yeah, it was just me by myself. So
because you know, pop-up shops, they got a lot of people at a pop-up shop.
So it's crazy. So like once that whole little thing started off, like around the tri-pads, to where you started seeing them everywhere, to where they had these big pop-up shops, I was doing them by myself before then. Like, so like I said, my first one in 2019 in front of Sprint.
Just one boot.
Just a table, not even a boot, just a table. And I had a Sprint tablecloth on that mug.
I'm weak.
They gave me Sprint bags. I didn't even have bags to put the shirts in. They gave me Sprint bags to hand to people. I just printed the shirts, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to do something. And then I went to college and I just kept doing that. And then I think DeAndre had a big one in Thibodeau. back at the park, and that was lit. And that which kind of gave me the idea of the festival. I kind of already wanted to do it because like my vision of it is create like the black, you know, they have Thibodeauville out there, they have the Fireman's Festival. I kind of want to do that for like the black community, like our community, you know what I'm saying? And it alluded to this. So right now it's kind of in a stance of a big pop-up shop, but the goal of it is to turn into an actual festival with artists and things of that nature. But I'm waiting till I get like a full crowd behind me, a full support system. So I would say by year 5 we will move into that realm.
Okay, and what year are you with the festival?
This is our 3rd year. Tomorrow will be the 3rd year. Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So how you feel about all this, the festival? Like that's all you like?
I don't, bruh. Like I don't.
That's
because
crazy.
like people always ask me and telling me like, hey, congratulations, all this, and I be like, it's cool, but like I said, my head be down working, and every time people like, dang, you doing this, you doing that, I be like, yeah, I'm trying. They be like, nah, you ain't trying. Like, bro, you got your own festival that you do, and like when somebody say that, it's kind of like, okay, well, yeah, you right, but for me, it's like, cause I'm the one doing it all. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I've been planning this for like a year. So when they get here and people see it, it's like I already been planning. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of like I've been planning. It's something I've been masterminding. But it's like it's always a joy to see it go on and watch people have fun, have a good time, and like enjoy it. Though. So that's like my favorite part about it.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's high. Congratulations on that too.
I appreciate it.
Real. Not too many people doing no festivals now. Shout out to DJ Juice.
Yeah, shout out to Juice, man.
For real.
Juice, my dog, he gave me a lot of pointers on the festival. He gonna be out there tomorrow.
Come on.
Yeah, he gonna be out there tomorrow.
Alright. Shout out to the twins too, cause they do the Twin Fest.
A word?
Hell yeah.
Then that's hard.
That's dope, man.
That's hard.
Y'all really killing it. So being that the festival is tomorrow, and this interview probably not gonna drop until a few weeks later after the festival. So I want you to tell yourself something the day before this festival.
Like as far as pertaining to tomorrow,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell myself, be cool, enjoy your time, cause like I got a full team working around it now. So enjoy your time and be in the moment and enjoy everybody that's there. And when you see this or when you hear this again after the festival, I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you, bro. That's what I'm gonna tell myself.
How do you feel when people wear your stuff?
I remember the first time I saw somebody wearing, the first time somebody wore my clothes, and it was like, wasn't even like no celebrity or nothing. I was in college and I was dropping shirts, and I just saw a random person. No, it's 2 times I'm lying. So this one point I was in like the cafeteria type area, and I seen somebody walking past it outside, and they had on my shirt. I was like, damn, I don't even know that person.
Damn.
And that was like my first time that happened, where it's like I see somebody wearing it and I don't know them and they don't even know me, but they just rock with the model, they rock with the clothes. And the second time I was out here for like, it was something in the park, and I seen a little kid running around with my shirt on. And it was like, it was just like that moment was like real surreal for me. It was like, cause this kid don't know nothing about, you know what I'm saying? It's just a fire shirt to him. You know what I'm saying? That was so dope. It's like that one was one that stood out above all. Like all the celebrity stuff is cool, but when I seen the little kid rocking it, that one stood out above all.
Come on. So what you think set your brand apart from other people's brands?
I would say one, of course, the meaning, the consistency behind it, and then the trajectory of kind of like where I'm going. Because like I say, you see a lot of merch, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of merch, which ain't nothing wrong with that. It's different lanes for different things. So like I always tell people, like, do what you love, like, because you got certain people that I help with brands, and I'm like, what you in it for? If you're in it for a buck, if you're in it for because you're trying to change your situation and make some cool money right quick, I would say do some merch. You know what I'm saying? Like do something that people can mess with. But like for me, I'm really into fashion. Like you hear a lot of people say, I don't wear designer. I don't, you know what I'm saying? And I don't never say that, because that is true real deal fashion. Like when you get into it, it's like those people are real like they show real craftsmanship. Like they making all that shit like with their bare hands. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of stuff that I'm into. So it's like the difference from making a t-shirt or merch and actual garments. You feel me? To where it's like when you strategically planning every single part, as far as from the drop, the things that go into it, when you know the weight of the fabric, when you know the amount of weaves that's go into this this sewing like pattern, things of that nature. Like I'm really deep into the fashion sense, and it's like I understand the importance of creating brand identity. So like I was speaking on those pop-up shops where I used to do them. Now I don't do pop-up shops everywhere. I used to do, like when I moved to Houston, I was doing pop-up shops Thursday, Friday, Saturday to get my name out, and I was doing them in every club out there. And
Dang.
that really didn't make me a lot of bread, but that got me all my connections out there. Because people coming there to party, have a good time, they ain't really coming there to shop with nobody, for real, for real. So I sold shirts here and there, but I got mainly my connections there. And what I learned from that was the points of brand identity and brand positioning. So it's like, how you take me serious if I say I'm about to be this big fashion brand. Like, for example, Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton is you can only buy Louis Vuitton in Louis Vuitton stores. You can't go to Saks Fifth and buy a Louis Vuitton. You can't go to Nordstrom and buy a Louis Vuitton because they value their brand positioning and brand identity. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you're gonna buy my stuff, you're gonna have to come into my environment to buy it, in my atmosphere, to where you can really feel what the brand is. See what I'm saying? And it's like, that's like the more the stuff that I kind of care about. So it's like I only host my own events. So if I'm gonna do an event, if you see me at a pop-up, it's gonna be something that I'm hosting, I'm putting on. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I kind of, like when you say how does it feel, that's why I kind of be stressing about it so much, because I'm trying to make sure all that is to a T. So you kind of understand what's going on around here. You feel me? But yeah, so it's like I'm really strategic when it comes to like all that different type of stuff.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
Films, I told you I'm the hottest. Y'all see what I got right there. Girl talk,
JayPFilms is the hottest camera girl.
I want you to share with me a meaningful moment that you had, or just any kind of moment that you had that just kind of like shaped your journey.
I've had a couple. So I've lost everything twice.
Come on.
This journey. I would say, so like in college, I was doing a brand. So the first one, so I dropped my first shirts, for $12. The shirts were just SLEPTON on it. Then I stopped for 7 months because I got to college and people had brands already, and I didn't have other resources because I was getting my shirts from Hobby Lobby and letting somebody else print them. But I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what to design. Like I was just caught up in my head. And then it was a defining moment to where I kind of fell out with the person that was printing them for me. And then my stepmom, she sent me like 500 and was like, go buy your own machine, do your business.
Damn.
And then I went crazy, and that would produce that first pop-up shop because I had my own machine. I started going crazy, and it was a defining moment in Hammond. Also, I ended up going viral on Twitter, and so like 250 shirts in a day off of that. And that's from that point I was like, okay, this is something I'm gonna do for real. And I vowed to focus on the brand every single day. Do at least one thing that's gonna make the brand grow every single day, and I've been doing that since then. But as far as downfalls and like I said, I lost everything twice. So once that happened with the Twitter thing, I quit all jobs. I was doing the brand full time for 3 years straight. And what I learned was I was living off the brand. So my brand was paying for the brand and personal, which I was co-mingling funds. You see what I'm saying? So like personal funds and business funds, which was messing me up because I couldn't grow like how I wanted to. So like my reach is getting out, but the brand is not growing how it could be. And now I'm just reaching a point to where that's not the case no more. You see what I'm saying? So it's like I've had all these opportunities, but I haven't had the growth that I should have had at this point, being 6 years in. But now it's like I done mastered all the techniques, all the strategies and all that. Now it's just a part of action and just being resilient. That's kind of like what the whole brand means. You feel me?
Who's some of your biggest influencers?
So I watch a lot of podcasts, a lot of business people. Robert Kiyosaki, he the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad. That book changed everything for me. As far as on the business mind, that's what happened. I read that book my freshman year of college, and that shit changed everything for me. Who else? I also look up to, what's his name? I watch this podcast, I can't think of his name right now, but a whole bunch of business people as far as like, so all of them not technically into fashions, but when it comes to fashion, Louis Vuitton is my favorite fashion brand. I like Loewe right now. Also like Acme Studios. There's a lot of fashion brands that I pay attention to a lot. But as far as people that's shaping my mind, like thought leaders that I'm listening to like day to day, majority of the time it's like business minded people. Like because I got business ideas beyond the brand. Like this is just my ticket in, if that makes sense. You feel me? All of it is kind of in fashion, but this is just my ticket into prove the method. You know what I'm saying? And then I go beyond that.
What challenges did you face in building your brand, and how did you overcome it?
I'm still facing challenges that I'm trying to overcome. So like I would say fulfillment was a big thing for me, especially so after that, it all happened after I went viral. So as far as like getting the merch on time to ship it out and just the whole fulfillment process, I had a lot of problems with that. I went through the whole thing with people mad about getting the orders late, some people not even getting orders and things of that nature that I had to fix. And it's probably, I always tell people, like it's still some people that come up to me today and it's like, hey man, like bro, like 4 years ago I ordered a shirt and I ain't never got it, like type situation. So it's like I be having to handle that, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well boom, this is what we could do now, or this is the way we could fix it. So that was a problem for me like a lot at the beginning, as far as like when things picked up rapidly. And I understand now, and that was also a problem with the co-mingling funds, you know what I'm saying? So like say something like that may happen, but I was co-mingling funds, so it's like I don't even have the money to go do it right now. You feel me?
Damn.
So it's like that was a big problem, and it's like that was something I had to fix. So a big problem was spending habits, and that's not necessarily like in my business or brand, but it's like that was a generational thing that I had to go back and figure out, like sit down with my parents and like talk about, because like that's just, it was just natural. I was thinking about how come every time I get a paycheck, or how come every time I get a lump sum of money, I plan on how I'm gonna spend it before I even get it. I didn't plan going broke before I even get the money. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I got a band coming in. I didn't plan how I'm gonna spend the whole $1,000 before I even get it. You feel me? Like, oh yeah, I can get this and that and this, and you don't start taking it into real consideration what you really should have did with it until you at 100. You know what I'm saying? You got 100 left, and you was like, damn, I really needed that camera, huh? Type situation where it's like, and that was something I really had to go back and sit down and like readjust with. I would say that was one of my biggest problems, because like designing was never the problem. Like putting the situation together, photo shoots, none of that was never the problem. It was, I would say it was something more personal, was the spending habits, and I finally corrected that. So I'm excited about what's next, you know what I'm saying? Now that I corrected that big mistake, you feel me?
So how do you stay motivated like in such a fast industry? Like
it's hard. It's more so staying true to yourself and being disciplined and motivated, because I run out of motivation all the time. Like I said, I try to pull for inspiration from my like my own life and my own experience. So kind of like similar to what people do with music, I try to do the same with fashion. Like I reference things from my childhood that I remember. Like I try to go out and do things that I genuinely like. Like sometimes you might catch me in a gas station, I see a small little trinket, like a little hat that he might have in the gas, and I'm like, damn, this shit kind of hard. And it inspired a whole collection from me, you know what I'm saying? Like it be small things like that, and just being aware and being present. That's something I've been trying to focus on a lot more lately. It's just being present. Like even in this situation, I was looking at these vintage cameras, and it gave me an idea of like doing a whole vintage collection. You see what I'm saying? It's like it's just the small things that keep me motivated. But like I said, my brand, the whole point of my brand is not sleeping on yourself. Like the brand name is SLEPTON, and of course you think, I mean, like the first part of it is like people sleeping on me, of course. But the bigger part about it is like being slept on is like talking to yourself. Like don't sleep on yourself, because once you don't sleep on yourself, anything is possible. Like stop sleeping on, like, you know, that inner thought, oh, I can't do this, or what if this and what if that, and
yeah,
it's kind of, because the festival almost didn't happen this year, you feel me, because it was that inner thought, and it's like the whole, and it's like that's what keep me going. If I'm gonna be the pioneer of slept on, saying don't sleep on yourself, I can't sleep on myself, you feel me? Like I can't keep doubting myself. So anything I kind of set my mind to, I kind of push through it, and it's like, okay, because once I decide that I'm gonna do something, all the answers start coming. All like, oh, I don't know how to get this, but how I get it. Then you start, okay, this person might have it, or I might could call this person or this person, and then it's like it trickled down from there. So that's kind of like just being curious. You feel me? I'm super curious when it comes to things like, why can't I do it all? If I can't do it, how can I do it? You feel me? And that's kind of what drives me.
Being from Thibodeau and moving all around the world basically, but location now is in Houston, right? How do you manage living in a fast town when you came from such a small town? Like,
That was always a dream.
come on.
That was my dream. I always wanted to live in a big city. A lot of people that like they don't like it, but I always did want to live in a big city. So when I was young, we lived in Houston for probably like 5 months. I went in second grade. I went to school in second grade in Houston for like the first 4 or 5 months of the school year. Then I moved back because my pops work out there. So I used to go visit my pops. He like when I remember I told you they divorced when I was 12. He moved to Houston.
Straight to Houston.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because he was working from there. So I used to go out there probably maybe once or twice a year on the weekend or something. And when I would go, it's just I just would love this environment. Like I just love the city. Yeah, like I just love the feel. And one weekend I went and it was like, nah, this is where I'm coming. Like I felt like this is where I meant to be, and that's how I feel about New York now.
Ooh.
Like when I went, it's like, okay, this is where I need to be. But I know I had a habit of conquering a system and leaving. Like once I figured out I was good in Thibodeau, I dipped. Once I figured I was good at Hammond, I dipped. And I was about to do the same with Houston, because like now I didn't rose to, and when I say rise to, I mean like, okay, I know everybody I need to know as far as when it comes to everybody in the fashion industry here. Anybody that can give me some form of opportunity or I can connect with, I kind of know them already. So it's like, once I felt that, I was ready to leave. But now that I know the system, I'm like, let me not leave this time. Let me stay in the system and like really rise to the top of it. Now that I know how to play the game, you know what I'm saying? I was learning the game and dipping as soon as I learned how to play it. So it's like, now since I know, let me really get good at it before I dip to New York. And that's a bigger system to crack. You feel me? Nice. Like going there and trying to rise to the top and get to know all these people. So it's like, that's kind of how I'm navigating now. It's like, okay, now I'm good. I've been there 3 years, so it's, I know everything. I'm good. I'm not a new person no more. I'm not the newcomer. And I know all the ins and outs of the fashion world there. So it's like, let me capitalize on that and take all my knowledge up to this point and capitalize on that. But I love it. Like the big city, I love it. I love how it's fast paced. I love how everybody hustling. Everybody focus on them, like just grinding. You see, like I love seeing a Lamborghini pass me every day. Right. Like that's so motivating. Like I pass by this Ferrari dealership every day on the way home. And I just watch it. I just sit there and watch it every day. Like that's so motivating to me. But that's like my favorite part.